Hello, my name is Keshwani. There's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for the GMAT. We have been solving GMAT math problems out of this book here, GMAT Review, the official guide, the 13th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 280. Let's turn to page number 280, see what we have there. Page 280, the very first problem, as a matter of fact, number 57 on page 280, the very first one. The problem is already on the blackboard. Apparently we are selling gift certificates. It says each gift certificate was sold for either $10 or $50. We were told that more than 5 gift certificates were sold worth $50. In other words, they sold more than 5 of the expensive one. They have a $10 one and a $50 one. We are told that more than 5 were sold worth $50. The question simply is how many total were sold. That's all. Let's look at the first statement. The first statement tells us that fewer than 10 were sold of $10 one. I'm using T to represent the $10 one, $10 gift certificate, and I'm using the letter F to represent the number of $50 certificate. F for $50 certificate, T for $10 certificate, just to keep our work simple, so that I don't have to keep writing it. So the first statement tells us that they sold fewer than 10 $10 gift certificate. Now, knowing that they sold fewer than 10 $10 gift certificate, and the fact that they sold more than 5 $5 gift certificate, we know that they sold more than $50 gift certificate. Knowing that they sold more than 5 $50 gift certificate, and they sold fewer than 10 $10 gift certificate, is that enough for us to figure out how many they sold altogether? Of course not. How can we figure out simply knowing that this is less than 10, that's more than 5? It could be anything. It could be it could be anything. I'm not going to give you an example. It's too simple. This is not enough. A, D, B, C, E. A, D, B, C, E. Since the first statement by itself does not do the job, answer cannot be A, it cannot be D. It has to be either B, C, or E. And if you do not know what I just did here, if you did not understand what I did there, A, D, B, C, E, you hear me go on like this in every data sufficiency video. Watch the introduction, make sure you understand what I'm doing. There is a strategy to this as to how you keep your work organized. If you have not watched the introduction, make sure you watch it. Just type in data sufficiency, GMAT data sufficiency intro, and watch it. If you can't find it, try putting my name with it. So let's look at second statement. Second statement tells us that the total cost of the gift certificate sold was $460. Total cost was $460. Now, does that tell us something? Yes, it does actually tell us something. It actually gives us an equation. It tells us that since T represents the number of $10 one, so for example, if you sold 3 of the $10 one gift certificate, then the amount that was spent on $10 gift certificate would be 3. If you sold 7 $10 gift certificate, the amount spent on a $10 gift certificate would have been 70. If you sold 12 $10 gift certificate, it will be 12 times 10. Similarly, if you sold T $10 gift certificate, it will be 10 times T, or T times 10. So T times 10, that's the amount that was spent on $10 gift certificate, plus F times 50, which is the amount that was spent on a $50 gift certificate, because F represents the number of $50 gift certificates that I explained here. F represents the number of $50 gift certificate, and this amount has to equal 460. Does that tell us by itself how many total were sold, F and T? The answer is no. Why? Because we only have one equation here. This is just one equation, and we have two unknown, T and F. We cannot solve for two unknown with just one equation. Second equation by itself also does not do the job. Answer cannot be B. Let's put them together, shall we? Let's put them together on the top. Together 1 and 2, we now have the equation here, 10t plus 50f equals 460, and there are two conditions we have to fulfill. t has to be less than 10 and f has to be more than 5. This comes from the problem. In the problem itself they tell you that they sold more than 5 $50 ones, and the first statement they tell us that they sold fewer than $10 gift certificate. Yesterday the bookstore sold fewer than 10 gift certificates that cost $10 each. They sold fewer than 10 $10 gift certificates. So that's from the first statement, that's from the problem. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Okay? I'm going to erase all of these things so that we have the room, so it's not crowded. And let's just see what happens. Perhaps it is enough to put them together and come to something. So since we know that f has to be more than 5, I'm going to plug in a number for f. Let's pretend that f is 6. Let's just see what happens. We're going to put in f equal to 6 and see what happens. That's what it is, trial and error. So f is 6. 6 times 5 is 300. That's $300, which means since the total is 460, we have $160 left over. That means they must have purchased 16 of $10 ones. But the problem is, we are told that t is less than 10. We are told that fewer than 10 $10 gift certificates were sold. We were told that in the first statement, fewer than 10 $10 gift certificates were sold. So that does not work because t has to be less than 10. Let's buy 7 of them. Let's buy 7 of them. If we were to buy 7 $50 gift certificates, 7 times 50 is 350. 460 minus 350 is going to be 110. And since each cheap gift certificate costs $10, it's 11 times 10. Or rather, I should put down 10 times 11, because 10 represents the price and t is the quantity. 10 times 11. Again, because of the fact that t has to be less than 10, that's not going to work. Let's buy 8 of them. Let's buy 8 of the $50 ones. If we buy 8 of the $50 gift certificate, 8 times 50 is 400. We must have bought 6 of them. We must have bought 6 of the cheap ones. That works. We fulfill all the conditions. T is 6, which is less than 10. F is 8, which is more than 5. T is 6, which is less than 10, and we are spending a total of 460. So that's a possible scenario. But is that the only scenario? Is that the only possibility? Maybe we bought 9 of the $50 one. If you buy 9 of the $50 one, 9 times 5 is 450, and maybe we bought only one. Maybe we bought only one $10 one, and that will still add up to 460. That will still add up to 460. So in this scenario, we have 6 plus 8, which is 14. In this scenario, we have 6 plus 8, which is 14. We're buying 14 gift certificate. In this scenario, we have 1 plus 9. In this scenario, we have 1 plus 9. This is 10 gift certificate. And since they both fulfill the condition, in both cases, we are spending exactly $460. In both cases, we are buying fewer than 10 $10 gift certificate. In both cases, we are buying more than 5 $50 gift certificate. We are fulfilling all the conditions. But the question is, which one is it? Is it this part, or is it this part? Which one is it? They both work. Since we cannot tell, in one case the answer is 14, total number of gift certificate will be 14, 6 plus 8. In the other case, the total number of gift certificate would be 9 $50 ones for $400 and one $10 one for $10. It will be 10. Since we cannot tell by putting the putting the statement 1 and statement together, we still cannot tell how many were bought. The answer is E. The answer is E. We cannot tell. Even after putting the two statements together, does not get us anywhere. Sorry to say that. Alas, the answer is A. All that work for nothing. It's not enough information. I shouldn't say that there is not enough information. There's the terminology from GRE. In the GMAT, the lingo is, we do not have sufficient data. Data sufficiency. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.